Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back for another video. Let's talk about an important topic here today, where the club should be pointing at the top of your backswing. So typically if we go to the top of your backswing, we can kind of classify 3 different positions where players would be at the top of the backswing. There could be club being more back, more of a laid off look. Club could be more across the line, or club could be kind of straight towards a target. Let's just say around those 3, right? What we want to be for, again, most amateur golfers is a very general statement. What I'm going to say here is probably going to benefit the bigger population, okay? So what I prefer for most players is to actually have that club be a little bit more laid off look. The reason for that is when we're making the backswing, the club's not a parallel, okay? If the club's not a parallel, there's really no reason for the club to be pointing straight. From this laid off look, if you keep turning and making your swing longer, then it starts traveling towards pointing the club straight at your target, but that's only if the club's at parallel. For most players, iron swings, even hybrids, generally you're not going to get the club to parallel. Even with a full turn, where you see the back of your back, you're not going to be at parallel. So if we're not at parallel, we definitely have no reason to be straight. Therefore, we want to be more kind of a laid back look. The reason why I don't prefer players to be across the line is because if you're across the line, you have to undo that across to get the club back behind you, trailing you, shallowing, delivering the club into a good spot. Most amateur golfers probably won't make that happen in a very predictable manner. When you're so across the line and you don't uncross it and you make your downswing and turn, you see how outside in you're going to be? It's a very non-functional ball flight. Most players, most amateur golfers, if they try to undo this, they're probably going to tilt back, shove the club into the ground, hurt their back. That's also not very good. Again, I like preaching to you guys width, rotation, predictability. Sure, you have to rotate the hell out of this to get it back into a decent spot, but for most amateur players, that's just not going to happen, unfortunately. So I really prefer players to have that kind of laid off look with the lead wrist, flat trail wrist bent because the club is behind us. And if all you can do is keep that depth of the arms and hands back, keep that club head behind your hands and just rotate, that promotes rotation still because the club head's trailing behind us, and we can then return that club into the ball with predictability with the least extra movement possible, okay? We want to remove variables for most amateur golfers. This is one great variable. Instead of being here, we can be here, club's in a good spot behind us already, then we can focus our attention to moving as athletic as we can through the swing. Great structured backswings where we remove variables, the lead wrist flat, trail wrist bent, which mimics what impact should be like, is great because we set ourselves up in a great structural spot at the top. Then we can be as athletic as we can in the downswing and still probably return the club into the ball with pretty predictable fashion. So that's why we want to be probably having that laid off look, club pointing more back. I don't really like saying laid off because a lot of players, when they grew up playing golf in past generations, laid off is generally taken as a negative thing, as not so good. We want to be straight down the target line. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to say laid off just because it's very easy to classify it, but in reality, as long as the club's pointing back, lead wrist flat, trail wrist bent, and you maintain and you start from the spot and at the top of your backswing, it will afford you a lot of good opportunity to just do your thing, squat and rotate, do whatever you want to do, and the club will be delivered into the ball in a better fashion more often than not. It's not a guarantee, but at least if you're there, you can then actually work on things in the downswing to maintain that, or you could be one of the lucky ones, you fix the backswing, everything's already really, really good. So hope that helps, hope that makes sense. Laid off look, club point more back is where most players will probably benefit from playing from, not across the line, not straight down the target line. So hope that helps, hope that makes sense. Any questions, leave in the comments below, and we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks, guys.